Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a story that is frankly unforgettable. We are diving into Nicholas Sparks's absolute classic, A Walk to Remember. Now, if you're thinking, oh, it's just another standard teenage romance, you might want to brace yourself because your perspective is about to be completely shifted. We're going to explore what is honestly a masterclass in character development, sacrifice, and the kind of profound, life-altering connection that literally changes who a person is at their very core. By the end of this explainer, you're going to know exactly why millions of readers are still so deeply moved by this narrative, decades after it hit the shelves. So let's jump right in. Just really let this question sink in for a second. What if the person who changed your life forever was only meant to stay for a short time? Wow, right? That single idea is the emotional anchor for our whole explainer today. It perfectly frames the immense weight of what we're about to unpack. It completely challenges how we think about time and impact, basically telling us that a relationship's power isn't measured by how long it lasts. Keep that thought in the back of your mind as we meet our characters. Section 1, an unlikely high school pair. Okay, so let's travel back to 1950s Beaufort, North Carolina. What's immediately striking is just the sheer contrast between our two teenagers here. First up, we've got Landon Carter. He's kinda your typical popular high school senior. He fits in, sure, but he's deeply immature, pretty careless, and heavily influenced by whatever his friend group thinks. He spends most of his time joking around, dodging any actual responsibility. And then we have Jamie Sullivan, the town minister's daughter. Jamie is the total polar opposite of Landon. She is quiet, deeply religious, and so incredibly kind-hearted. While her classmates are out partying, she's walking the halls in plain clothes, carrying her Bible, and spending her free time helping others. I mean, the gap between their worlds is massive. Landon literally cannot figure her out. But, as we're gonna see, that massive gap is exactly what sets the stage for something huge. Section 2, the play that changed everything. So, how do these two worlds collide? Well, Landon is forced to do some after-school activities so he can actually graduate. He reluctantly joins the school play, and guess who the lead actress is? Yep, Jamie Sullivan. Now, during those early rehearsals, Landon is mortified, but Jamie, she's just incredibly patient with him. She helps him with his lines, and slowly but surely, Landon stops seeing the weird religious girl that his friends mock and starts seeing a genuinely beautiful human being. This turns into them walking home together. They start talking, like really talking, about their dreams, their fears, their lives, and Landon begins dropping that armor. He stops caring so much about what his friends think. He becomes kinder, more thoughtful. He's falling in love. And for the first time, he's realizing that real love isn't about looking cool, it's about genuine care. All of this builds up to the night of the school play. Jamie walks out onto that stage wearing this beautiful white dress, and Landon is just completely speechless. It's like he's seeing her true self for the very first time. After the curtain drops, he finally gets the nerve to tell her how he feels, and Jamie's response? It's this fateful, mysterious warning. She says, "You have to promise you won't fall in love with me." It's such a striking moment because for Landon, honestly, it is already way too late. Section 3, a heartbreaking secret revealed. Just as they start dreaming about a future together, Jamie finally tells him why she gave him that warning. She has leukemia, and there is no cure. Take a second with that. Landon's entire world absolutely shatters. Think about the sheer heartbreak of this. The very person who just taught him how to love, who pulled him out of his careless little bubble, is dying. He's suddenly slammed with the terrifying reality that his time with her is running out fast. Section 4, a beautiful final wish. Now, this is where the story pivots from tragedy to something incredibly inspiring. At first, Landon is just furious. Why is this happening to someone so entirely good? But Jamie, she accepts it with this unbelievable grace. She's more worried about taking care of everyone else than feeling sorry for herself. And seeing that pushes Landon to step up in a massive way. He decides he's going to make whatever time she has left as beautiful as humanly possible. Jamie tells him her ultimate dream. She wants to get married in the exact same church her parents did. And Landon doesn't hesitate. Despite the crushing sadness, despite knowing he's going to lose her, he asks Jamie to marry him. He realizes that true love isn't about getting a lifetime together. It's about showing up fiercely and completely, especially when life gets painfully hard. Section 5, themes and book differences. So what's the big takeaway here? Well, these themes are basically the life curriculum Jamie taught Landon. First off, love actively changes people. We literally watched Landon go from a careless kid to a devoted man. Second, time is so precious. It's not about the number of days you get, it's the quality of the connection. Third, kindness beats popularity any day of the week. Real love is totally selfless. It's about giving to the other person even when your own heart is breaking. And lastly, even the most painful memories can become beautiful if they're rooted in real love. These aren't just themes in a book, folks. These are life lessons. Now, I know a lot of you have probably seen the amazing movie adaptation with Mandy Moore. And while the movie nails the visual romance, the book gives you this entirely different, layered experience. The novel really digs into Landon's internal dialogue. It spends a lot more time exploring faith, spirituality, and just the slow, nuanced emotional maturity he goes through as he wrestles with all of this. If you've only seen the movie, going back to the source material is highly recommended because you get a much deeper look into his spiritual growth. The story wraps up years later with an older Landon reflecting on everything. He tells us that Jamie changed him forever. She made him a better man. And the book ends with this absolutely iconic line, "I believe in miracles." That perfectly captures Landon's legacy. He realizes that Jamie's life was short, yes, but her impact on his soul, that was permanent. And that in itself is the real miracle. Which brings us to the end of our explainer today. We've watched this incredible journey from a careless teenager to selfless devotion, all sparked by a fleeting yet incredibly powerful connection. So, I've got to ask you, has a story ever changed your perspective on life? Think about the books or experiences that have challenged how you view love, time, or kindness, just like Jamie did for Landon. Keep seeking out those transformative stories, you guys. Thank you so much for exploring this one with me today.